Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we enjoy some low country cooking at Taste of Nolans. Next, I head to Manhattan and prepare my awesome clam chowder. But first, the Perdula family makes Christmas tree shopping a memorable event. If you're looking for a great family experience when you get your Christmas tree, you should come out to Pioneer Trails Christmas Tree Farm. Mary Jan Perdula is the owner, and you can go back, cut your own. This is really nice. Buggies, horse-drawn carriages. I mean, you're really making this a nice Christmas experience.
That's right. We have Pioneer Trails Tree Farm is a 50-acre Christmas tree farm, and we've been selling trees since 1990, and it's gotten progressively bigger every year. But we do offer the horse-drawn wagon rides for 3 weekends in December.
I can't wait to do that. We've got Clydesdales out here. And now, what exactly do you grow on the farm yourself?
Well, we have 8 different varieties. So we basically cover your pines, Scotch pine, Austrian pine, fir. We have the Douglas fir, the Fraser fir, and then the Canaan fir is really popular.
Yes.
And then we have traditional blue spruce, Norway spruce, and white spruce.
Wow, I mean, you are busy. And I think it's such an interesting backstory. We were talking earlier, your husband, his family had tree farms, and so did yours.
Well, it was my father started a tree farm back in the 1950s in Ashtabula County, and Frank's family had the property here in Poland, Ohio. He raised potatoes at one time, so it was kind of mirroring that he had the acreage with the land, and I had the expertise on the Christmas trees. And as I shared with you, we actually planted trees in the spring of 1983, and then we got married in August.
Yeah, because, you know, it's your husband's holiday.
But we have trees here up to 12 foot tall, and then when the people go out to choose it, it's one price, any tree. You can cut a 5-footer, you can cut a 12-footer, and it doesn't matter what variety it is.
Adam Farley is a longtime worker here, and I really don't want that true tree experience. Will you cut down the tree for me?
I will, yes.
I'm a girl about this. So Adam, I love this one. This is a Canaan fir. Look at it, it's nice and tall, and this will be perfect. It won't get too fat in my house. So show me your expertise. What is the first thing I need to do?
Well, we have these carpet squares.
Okay.
Gotta go down on them, and then we provide you saws.
Alrighty. You need my help, I'm sure you do. Okay. Wow. Now, how tall do you think this one is? About an 8-footer?
Probably 7-8 foot, yeah.
Perfect. And it smells amazing. Amazing. Okay, Bill, get out of my way, I'm coming through. I tell you, Ken's getting off easy this year. All right, now we're gonna get shaken up, and then they twine it for me. What's that called, Adam?
Shaking.
Shaking and then baling. Now the entire Perdula family, who's running the show now that we're all going off on a horse-drawn carriage ride?
We got it under control.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We got a lot of great workers.
Yeah.
Danny Hunt.
I told everybody to go crazy while we were out in the woods. So do you like working, you know, in the family biz?
It's great. It's great. I love it.
Okay, Charles is at the farm full time.
Oh, you are? You're a full-time farmer?
Yes.
And what do you do, Amy?
I'm a tax accountant.
Are you?
Yes.
Ooh, one of them.
That's why I'm in charge of the money.
Oh, okay. Stacy and Dawn Cannon, and you're from Western Pennsylvania?
Yes, Hermitage, PA.
Hermitage, and they breed and raise the Clydesdales. They're amazing, amazing animals. How many do you have right now?
10, plus these 3, so 13.
And then have any of your horses ever been used in like the Budweiser commercials or anything?
No. Sorry, no.
And your souvenir, when you buy a tree out here at Pioneer Trails, you get the wooden dollar,
That's
not the
right.
wooden nickel. So this year, now tell me about this.
Well, we started this in 1990, the first year we opened, and every year we put a different historical event on our wooden dollar. So this year we're commemorating the 150th anniversary of the Salvation Army, and everybody who purchases a tree gets a wooden dollar. So some people take it home and they use it as an ornament,
Yeah.
and then other people bring it back the following year, and you can get $1 off your tree if you redeem it the following year at your tree purchase.
Oh, that is a good idea. That is really nice. See? Savings too. Now, your open daylight hours, what is your weekday hours?
Weekdays, it's 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. And it gets kind of dark there around 5, so we tell people you need to get here at least by 5 if you want to cut a tree through the week. And then weekends, it's 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. And then, like I said, we said the horses are here for 3 weekends, and daily, the days they're here, it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And then what day are we, what day is the family taking some time off? When is the Padula family gonna close down and enjoy the Christmas holiday?
We stay open till December 22nd.
All righty.
All
Well,
right.
this has been a really good time. And this is a nice family activity we can all enjoy. Donuts, hot cocoa. I'm going to go get some right now. And thank you, Mary Jan.
All right, thank
I
you.
appreciate the invitation.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with owner Phil, Rita, and Chef Tank. Been on field trips. I know from where you get your food, and always, I'm never disappointed by your menu. What do we have coming up?
Okay, that's our Magic Monster Burger. It has 2 8-ounce patties and some Walnut Hill Farms pork belly on it with a little bit of pecan jam. We have our new pepperoni pretzel roll with house-made marinara. We have our award-winning bacon jam burger with premium pastured meat on it. And we also have our pot roast and, of course, our house pretzels.
It all sounds so amazing.
Casey, I am so proud of our kitchen team for the pride they take in making everything from scratch and supporting local farmers. It's what makes Magic Tree live up to who we are, and that's a place where people can eat, drink, and celebrate.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We do catering 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything you want. So if you want us to do one thing or everything for your holiday party, we can do it. We can do it with Gourmet to Go. We can do it with our off-premise catering. We can do anything that you want. We have lots of great restaurants in our community, but I would like to be the one that impresses your family and friends this year during the holidays. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service independent insurance agency for what matters most. Home, auto, life, boat, RV, umbrella. We'll find the right product at the right price for your family. Mayflower Woolham with 3 locations to serve you. $5 Burger Mondays at Sadie's Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
At the Vein Center and Med Spa, we realize the serious health issue varicose veins can cause. We know it's more than just cosmetic. We provide you with caring and personal service in a clean and friendly atmosphere. All vein procedures are done in our office during convenient and flexible hours by a medical doctor with over 20 years experience. The Vein Center and Med Spa also offers fillers and neurotoxin procedures, hydrofacials, and laser hair removal services. Call the Vein Center and Med Spa for a free consultation. See why our patients leave satisfied. Now accepting Anthem and Highmark.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
I am a big fan of clam chowder. It is a great comfort food. And growing up, I ate a lot of New England clam chowder because that was my dad's favorite soup. But I really don't like the heavy creams now, and I'm not doing real well with dairy. So I like the Manhattan clam chowder. And it's not readily available, so I make it myself. It's really easy. It's super delicious. The acidity of the tomatoes really works nicely with the clams and all the vegetables. For this recipe, you'll need 2 10-ounce cans of whole clams with juice, 2 8-ounce bottles of clam juice, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 4 slices of bacon diced, 1 yellow onion diced, 4 cloves of garlic minced, 2 stalks of celery diced, 1 green pepper diced, 2 carrots peeled and diced, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 3 potatoes peeled and cubed, 4 sprigs of thyme, 2 bay leaves, 1 28-ounce can of peeled tomatoes in juice, chopped, ground pepper to taste, and chopped parsley for garnish. Well, we don't live on the East Coast, so I don't have access to the fresh clams. And they are kind of a pain in the neck to clean them and purge them and chop them, and some are bad. So I go the easy route and I get whole clams in a can. So before we go to the stove and start cooking, I like to drain the clams and get their juice, because you need 4 cups of clam juice. So I'll drop these in here, squeeze it out, and see, we have a little over a cup already. So then I will take these, add this juice, 2 bottles of this, and that will bring us to the 4 cups. And I will just chop these, and we'll set these aside for later. So now we'll go to the stove and start our broth. All right, so I've warmed the pot, and I'm going to add the bacon and the butter. And we are just going to cook this about 5 or 7 minutes until the bacon gets crisp and it renders the fat. All right, so now the bacon has been removed. I left the bacon fat and the butter in. On medium, I will now add our mirepoix, all of our vegetables, the garlic, the onions. I like a little heat, so the red pepper seed goes in, the carrots, and the peppers. See all the chopping I did? And don't forget the celery. So now we'll cook this for about 5 or 7 minutes until everything is softened. Well, it's been about 5 minutes and the vegetables are nice and soft. So now we're going to add the potatoes. Oh, I think the potatoes are one of the best additions to this soup because they really suck up the flavors of the clams and the tomatoes. So we will cook these for about 5 minutes. So all the vegetables have softened nicely. Now look at that. This pot is loaded with goodness. So now I'm going to add the 4 cups of clam broth. And then we'll add the bay leaves and the thyme. I will stir this up, and then what we'll do next, oh, this is going to be so delicious. I am going to turn the heat up a little bit, bring it to a simmer, partially cover it, and cook it for about 10 minutes before we add the tomatoes. And then this will get all those flavors together with the clam juice. Well, this is coming together nicely. Let me tell you, everything looks really good. If you think it looks a little thin, or if you want it a little thicker, you can always smash up some of the potatoes, and that starch will thicken the broth. But I think it looks good right now. So now is a good time to add our chopped tomatoes in their juice. And we will just stir this through a minute or so, let it warm through. And it's also a good time to add our black ground pepper. Now you can always adjust the seasonings at the very end. but the pepper always adds a nice touch with the tomatoes. Now this is a good looking bowl of soup. There we go. We're gonna add the bacon back in. We are going to add our chopped clams. Oh, this is loaded with flavors and textures. And 10 minutes. Let it simmer for 10 minutes and this soup is done. Well, the chowder is done. Let it sit for about an hour so all of those flavors blend together. Make sure you remove the thyme.
That's right.
And the bay leaf. Garnish with a little bit of the chopped parsley. And now it's time to enjoy. Do you prefer creamy to Manhattan? Do you like the New England or do you like the...
I'm about 50-50.
I really prefer this over
Your dad liked New England.
Oh, yes.
Oh, when we would go to Boston, that was the big thing. Hitting all the restaurants to see who he liked the best.
Best chowder.
Yes, the best chowder.
This is delicious. I think it's got
really
great
good
flavor. The tomato, I mean, everything stands up alone. You are really going to enjoy this dish.
And you seasoned it perfectly. It isn't salty. It's just...
Well, thank you.
Just right.
You can always pass salt.
That's exactly right.
You need a really nice dry white to cut through the tomatoes and the acidity. And I just love this wine. This is the Whip from Marriott as well. And it is out of Livermore, California. And it's a blend of wonderful white grapes. And I just think it's perfect with this dish. Cheers.
Cheers. Nostrovia. I always think this as being a nice buttery Chardonnay.
Yeah, it's really
nice.
Really nice. So look for that. Go to my website, caseymalonshow.com, and look for my recipe for Manhattan clam chowder. You are going to love it.
Every year, at the same time, the air gets a little colder, the faces get a little warmer, and family gets a little closer. Everything seems to slow down, and what matters most is suddenly much easier to see. Pioneer Trails Tree Farm, providing farm-fresh Christmas trees for over 30 years. Continue your family tradition at Pioneer Trails Tree Farm.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court. And remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
My mom was always in my corner.
Always pushing me to do better.
I couldn't have asked for a better mother.
So when she needed assisted living,
I did my research.
Doctors, nurses,
and others with family and assisted living,
they all said,
trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
For assisted living with top healthcare experts, a caring staff, and a comfortable home-like setting.
Trust the name you know.
Briarfield.
Trust the name you know. Briarfield. Proudly serving the Valley for over 20 years.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service independent insurance agency for your business. We work with several companies so you have choices for your insurance needs. Commercial properties, professional liability, bonding, and general. Trust Mayflower Woolham.
It's time to get real about getting engaged. Real experts you can count on.
Real pricing and financing for your budget. And really one-of-a-kind engagement rings.
That are unique as she is. Get real, get Kamara.
Get real, get Kamara.
In the Coal Creek Plaza in Canfield.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadie's Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
This Christmas season, Midas is hosting the Army of Toys campaign for the Salvation Army. Bring in a new unwrapped toy and you will receive a free oil change voucher from Midas. Let's make sure the kids in our valley have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas from Midas.
The perfect gift. Stonebridge Grill and Tavern, the best food in the valley. For every $50 you spend on gift cards, you get a free $10 bonus card. Stonebridge Grill and Tavern, Route 224 in Boardman, and their new location on Route 46 in Howland. Well, around town, you've probably seen the Taste of New Orleans food truck. And Alan Franco is the proprietor. And let me tell you, if you want some low country food, this is the man to see. What made you start a food truck in our area?
Well, I'm from the area, and I've worked from New York, San Francisco, and everywhere in between at restaurants, country clubs, hotels, or whatnot, and wanted to get out of it. Wanted to do my own thing, and some friends of mine decided, hey, you know what? Let's help this guy out. Let's do something. So we were going to do a landlocked restaurant, but why put money into somebody else's building? Too much money to build something from the ground. Food truck, and we researched a food truck, and made sense.
How is it going in our region?
Well, one of my goals when I became a chef, I wanted to educate people on food. And what better way to educate people on food than with a food truck? So trying to just do the different things. And we've had a great response. People going ooh and ah over food truck. They're really, the food, they've never had anything like this, and they're getting really good reception. We had a great year last year, and it's even better this year.
Well, you're classically trained from what, CIA?
CIA, went to the Culinary Institute of America.
And how has, the cramped quarters, I mean, that had to be some adjustment, learning from a regular kitchen to, these confined quarters.
Well, I've worked at a lot of different restaurants, like I said, all over, and, I worked at Station Square in Liberty, and that's where I cut my teeth with Mario at the VIP club and stuff, and that kitchen's small. And so, the smaller the kitchen, the easier you can get around. You don't have to make too many steps. So we're gonna make the shrimp tacos.
Oh, those were delicious.
So what I do is I use a white corn tortilla, and we lightly fry them. And basically these are enchilada shells. And then I just put it over here on the flat top. Now our shrimp, like with everything else, is wild caught. I use a 2123 or 2125 shrimp.
And you batter them yourself?
They're soaked in buttermilk overnight, and then I do a cornmeal flour dusting on them. Basically, the taco gets a chipotle coleslaw, which I make. So there's my, I have a mango corn salsa made with fresh cilantro, mango, tomatoes, and garlic. So then I have a 12 blend seasoning that I make myself, and I toss anything that's in the fryer. We put there on the seafood, and then this here is a cilantro sour cream that I make, and these are amazing.
Okay. Wow, I gotta get a bigger bite. That cilantro sour cream is delicious. Really, really, really good. I can attest to Marjorie's rum cake.
Okay.
Now I had the plain Italian rum cake, and it is, and I am not kidding you, one of the very best cakes I've ever eaten.
Thank you.
My husband and I were going sliver by sliver. It's so moist. Where did you get that recipe? Marjorie, by the way, is Alan's mother.
Yes.
Not wife. So where does this recipe come from, Marjorie? It's delicious.
Actually, my sister gave it to me, and I've been baking it for 30-some years.
I mean, it is so delicious. Is that real butter in there?
Yes.
And now you have made, I'm trying to try this. I'm going to eat it with my fingers. This is a Bananas Foster rum cake.
Yes.
Did you make this up?
Yes. See the caramel?
So moist. Oh my Lord. I love it. How is it driving this beast down the road?
This is all right to drive, but I need somebody to follow me in my van and stuff when we go to different events. Because, we got events where we're gone for 3 or 4 days.
Now, where do I find out? Because, I mean, you are somewhere 7 days a week.
Pretty much, yep.
And then you post your schedule where?
I post it on Facebook.
Every week?
Every week. I post it Sunday night. I'm probably going to start taking Sundays off, or Mondays, one or the other, but I post it on Sunday night where I'm going to be for the whole week. And we're usually out 11 to 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It depends on how the business is and how I'm feeling.
Well, I'll tell you, it really is, everything I've had is delicious. And then the sweet endings with your mom's rum cakes. I mean,
it's truly a taste of New Orleans. I've had people from New Orleans come up here and say it's better than anything they've ever had down there. And I need that because I never think my food's good enough. As a chef, we never think it's good enough. We always want to improve it. But, the public is just, we've served over 15,000 people since we've been open for a year and 2 months.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.